Hey guys, I'm Dank Road, and today I'm just going to go over the videos of the first ranked Lunar Tournament Cup in the world where I managed to win. So, starting off, my opponent here running Roserade, Crustal, Zweilous, Obstagoon, Alolan Graveler, and Umbreon, and I'm running Bug Bite, Wormadam Trash, Escavalier, Sableye, Alolan Graveler, Zweilous, and Frostlass. I went with this team because I knew there was going to be a lot of dark types hanging around, and there's not a lot of fire type users. And the ones that are usually can be pretty much cleaned up by my backline, especially Zweilous. So, yeah. This first match, up against Misa, did pretty well in the tournament, good battles. But yeah, she led Roserade into my Wormadam, and having Poison Jab made it a little worse for her against my Steel Bugs, which even with the Weather Ball, can't do that much against them, unfortunately. So now I come in with Zweilous, look to farm down completely, which I was able to. A ton of energy, and they have their own Zweilous in the back. So Zweilous is such a double-edged sword, I think, for a lot of teams that have it running, and can be, it's got a pretty big weakness to counter and bug and also dragon, so the mirror matches aren't usually pretty good, and my team using a lot of bug types and stuff like that really hurt it and do well against it, and we're able to just bug bite down and win that first match. So yeah, let's get on to the next match where it's going a long time. Sorry about that, I need to trim down these a little bit. I think it shouldn't be much longer though. And here we are. Okay, so this next matchup, I will be leading Sableye into Crustal. This is a Fury Cutter Crustal. A lot of people have been running, which I've found pretty interesting. So, well, it gets off its moves a lot quicker, but with Sableye being Dark Ghost, it's neutral to Bug type, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm able to rip off a Foul Play, and main goal for this matchup is to gain shield advantage. With a shield advantage, I'm not too scared of anything that they have in the back. And yeah, I come and shield this for some reason. But probably because I know I can win lead. Yeah, I definitely shouldn't have shielded that. It didn't make sense. I don't know why I did it at the time. So, because I could easily have tanked two of those and still got this Foul Play off. Excuse me. So ripping off this Foul Play, hoping to get this last shield. If not, then I should be able to win. I end up just taking down the Escav straight away. I'm going to rip off a Drill Run onto this Rose. I have to shield this so I can get off my Drill Run, because I think I need to hit it to win the match. So unfortunately, they're probably going to outpace me to the next one. But that's okay, because I think I can farm them down or get a Foul Play off on the Sableye before it goes down. Yeah, see, I'm just short there, which is very unfortunate, but able to come in on the Sableye and take resisted damage from the Poison Jabs, which is very, very nice. Waiting out the clock, and I come. I think they just get to the Weather Ball before me. Yeah. So now the Rose is in farm down range with Bug Bite, and that'll be really good for me getting closer to Bug Buzz. And they instantly swap into that Zweilous. So we're racing now. If they land a Dark Pulse on me, I think it's going to be pretty close. So I'm worried about that, but I think this is too quick to be Dark Pulse. It's just Body Slam, which I can easily take and not worry about. Wormadam is so bulky. It gets the Bug Buzz, doing super effective damage, and should be able to Bug Bite down the Roserade before it can get to a move. Yeah, and I think it was just about there. So GG's that game. Another really well played game. Showing how strong the double bug steel line is in this cup, especially when there's not a lot of good counters for it. Alright, into the next one. I think I led Escav in this matchup because I'm pretty sure they're going to leave Crustle again, which they did. So I can live an X-Scissor and a Rock Slide with Escav, which is really good to know in future matchups. It doesn't leave you with a lot of health, but it does help you survive a little bit more to get a couple more counters off and potentially that Drill Run. So there was a sneaker counter in there, which is really nice. No shielding. It's just an X-Scissor. And then I'm pretty sure my opponent stops attacking soon. So I unfortunately get a couple of extra taps in there without noticing, but I stop and wait for them to come back, and as soon as I see them hit me with another attack, I'll use my Drill Run. But yeah, unfortunate with the lag. I'm not sure if their phone dropped out or the app crashed or something, but they hit their Fury Cutter there, and so I assume they're back in it and just throw the Drill Run. They shield it up and they throw whatever this is going to be. I try no shield because I will happily keep 2 shields for the back line. And yeah, see, I just survived that. So I get farmed down here, which I should probably... it's not terrible, I suppose. Could have stayed in, or just quickly swapped into Zweilous, because there's nothing in the back that threatens Zweilous really on their team, other than Crustle and maybe Obstagoon. So they come back in with their own Zweilous, so they knew they didn't bring Obstagoon, they were probably too scared to bring it with the 2 bug types on my team. Again, my team, it is fairly weak to Obstagoon, with the Frostlass, the Sableye, the Graveler, and the Zweilous, but yeah, and I'm able to get to this Bug Buzz before they can get to the Weather Ball. This will pretty much one-shot Roserade. So squishy, and boom, big damage there, and then we can just Bug Bite down. I shield because it's safe, and that's my first 3-0 of the tournament. First matches, and I win 3-0, so it helped me feel pretty confident going into the rest of the tournament. And next up, I have Steve. Alright, so Steve's running Mandibuzz, Crustle, Alolan Graveler, Golurk, Obstagoon, and Escavalier. So, all kind of scary. So he leads Obstagoon into my Sableye. So I'm kind of like, oh, I'll just let this go. I'm kind of double weak to it in the team. My A and C Pokemon's being pretty weak to it. But I'm just going to try and learn a return, get a shield, and see what they want to do. And then they swap, which I find really weird. Like, Obstagoon's a very positive match. And they just swap into Graveler, which I'm not too sure why they brought Graveler. It's not really good against anything in my team except for Frostlass, and there are other counters for Frostlass in his team that would do pretty well. So unfortunately not quite able to farm him down before he gets to Stone Edge. So I will shield this up and have a fair bit of energy ready for the Goon that will probably come back in. And they will have to shield likely if this lands, because I'm almost at 2 and the Dragon Breath damage is just so oppressive. They let that go, which is again surprising. I'm able to just missed this, but I'm no shielding. Happy to bring in my Escavalier now that it's got a pretty safe path. They just Night Slash me, so they don't want to reveal the second move yet, which is interesting. And yeah, that's pretty much dead. So I think, oh, I should swap, but I'll just land this Body Slam, see if I can't get a shield or just a little bit of chip damage, and I should be good to go from there. And I get the shield, which is great, so Escav can now come in and just go double drill run and win me the match here. I let this first one go, not sure if they're going to bait or if they're going to hit me with a rock slide. Thankfully it is just a bait. But now this next one is going to be, I think it's going to be a rock slide, and it almost takes the out, but I am able to get to that drill run before it does. Does so much damage to Escav. So in hindsight I probably should have shielded it there, because I think I would have been able to hit this drill run and farm them down. But no matter, I still have one shield. They are pretty close to a move there. They got the X scissor. I just got to be careful of the sack swap. Though I think now that they've thrown here, I'm probably able to just farm down the Crustal. So I wasn't even hovering over the move. And now able to just land the foul play and end the game. I think Steve said in his video about it, he was hoping to catch it, or he's going to be one Shadow Claw just a little early. He think he got the sack just right, but I wasn't aiming to throw it because I was just going to farm down. So that was another good game, well played by Steve, and into the next one. So he leads his Crustle again against Wormadam. So this is pretty positive for me. If I land the Iron Head, which is super effective, it'll do a big chunk of damage and I can just Bug Bite down. All of his moves are either neutral or resisted, so I don't have to worry too much. And he comes in, hits me with X Scissor, so I don't have to worry about anything. I'm just like building up to Bug Buzz to try and, this will be pretty close one-shot the Goon, so I know I'll have to shield, and then I'll come into Escav with a shield advantage and just farm it all the way down. Which huge energy lead against him. The thing with Obscune, you don't need a shield and you can just farm them down, because you're taking neutral from counter and he's taking double super effective. So you got a ton of energy, I've got 2 shields, and I'm waiting to see what comes in, expecting the Crustle to come back in, which it is. So I probably could have gotten away with the Mega Horn there, because he probably wasn't going to shield because he was already down a shield, and that probably would have close to one-shotted the Crustle, but that drill run did a lot. So I'm happy to let this go now. Just about to get to a drill run, and I can come in with Zweilous and just farm it down without worrying about taking a move. Bang. Oh, it quickly swaps into that Graveler again, which has proven to be ineffective against my current team. So he's going to throw the Stone Edge, I shield up, and I can just safely Dragon Breath down for the rest of the game and not even have to worry. Very easy here. And then they come with another Rock Blast. I know it's a Rock Blast, so I can survive it, and just decide to cheeky no shield it. Boom. Just in case the Crustle had a move in that was on 1 HP, so it wouldn't have really mattered. And there we go. So we'll win the second game against Steve. So I was feeling pretty confident going into the rest of the tournament. This is our 3rd match against Steve. He's got Mandibuzz this time. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is not bad for me. Probably need to just land at least one Bug Buzz and hope for the defense drop. And then after landing a Bug Buzz, when I go straight Iron Head, because it's slightly more energy efficient, or cheaper on energy, and I'll still do good neutral damage. And he lands the foul play, and yeah, go to land the Bug Buzz, hoping for a no shield, and bang, no shield, no defense drop unfortunately. So he keeps going, bang, bang, And now he throws here. I'm thinking I should probably shield, try and get to another move, and either win switch or get even shields. I'm happy in a one shield situation overall with Obstacoon in the back. I had a feeling it was going to be there, especially losing lead. So throw an Iron Head and that gets a shield. So, and then he's probably going to throw again soon. Yep. And it doesn't matter what this is. He would beat me to another move or farm me down, so I know there's no point in shielding. And I can just get a bit of energy on my Xylus, which is very nice. I'm very close to a body slam now, and getting ready to see what comes in. And it's Obstagoon, so I throw the body slam just to do some chip. I don't think he's going to shield, and I come straight in with Escav, because there's nothing in his backline that can threaten Escavalier too much, other than maybe the Golurk, but he didn't bring it. Probably because I was very much heavy on bringing Darks. I think the Golurk would have done pretty well against my Bug team, just because it would have resisted a lot of the moves. So I'm pretty happy he didn't bring it. He shields that up, and I know he's going to throw Rock Slide first this time because he baited me last time and I no-shielded it. So I'm thinking he's thinking I'm going to no-shield this one, thinking it's a bait. And no, I'm in his head. I'm in Steve's head. And I'll just miss. I'm like, oh, it's a Rock Slide. I'm probably going to lose this now. And, oh, it's just X Scissor. So I was like, damn that I kind of hit the Joel run, because I could have gotten a little bit extra energy from the Crustle, but it's okay. They're gonna take a counter one, and unfortunately just one counter, but they have to throw, which is good for my Xylus, because they won't have enough energy before getting farmed down by the Dragon Breath. GG's that one, Steve. So I'm in this tournament now going 6-0 in my battles. So up to the third round playing Pokemon 12 Master. And he's running Heracross, Xylus, Frostlass, Alolan Raichu, Crustle, and Mandibuzz. So immediately I'm worried about Heracross. And this is where I wish I had Confusion, but it's probably the only matchup you need Confusion for. Everything else is pretty good with Bug Bite. But yeah, other than that, Mandibuzz kind of tricky. Not really. Then they got Xylus, which I can kind of cover with a lot of things, and Frostlass. An opposing Frostlass is kind of troubling for my team. Xylus doesn't like it that much. They're both taking heavy damage, and so I lead Sableye into Heracross, which is what I thought he'd lead, and immediately swaps, and I'm into my Escav. So I'm thinking this was a bit long. It's probably going to be a Dark Pulse. I'll shield it up, and I can just keep a lot of energy and a bit of health for the Heracross that's going to come back in. And yep, I was right. I knew he was probably going to shield, so I think he comes in with Mandibuzz because he's worried about having to shield, and he doesn't want to shield. So I accidentally go over 100 energy, and I'm just going to drop 2 Mega Horns on this thing, which will be enough to take it out if they don't want to shield. So the first one lands, bang, right on the chin, big damage. I go for the second one, and now Heracross, which is pretty squishy with 2 shields against 2 and a bit Pokemon, counters me down. So I come back in, Sableye. I think I have to no shield the first move because it's either going to be Mega Horn or Rock Blast, I think is what they run these days. But I just throw Foul Play to chip. Don't really mind if he shields or not, because if he doesn't shield, then it helps me farm down with Xylus easier. And if he does shield, then I can potentially get to a Body Slam and not worry about it. Now, I don't think I shield because I'm kind of scared of being trapped in the back with Xylus without a shield. I think the shield is kind of needed, and unfortunately I'm not able to get there, so I have to shield this up. And I want to get this last shield, because then that way we're on even shields. I don't think they can get to a Mega Horn before I get to Body Slam, which is probably my win condition at this point. They shield it up, I come in with Xylus, and am able to just Dragon Breath down before even getting to Body Slam, which is very nice. So GG's that first game. And now going into the second. Just a moment. So here we are. He, I think, leads Crustle this game. Just have to double check. Again, very, very long startup. So I lead Frostlass into Xylus. So this is a very good lead for me. I know if they throw early, it's a Body Slam. I don't need to shield. So, and I can get to this Avalanche pretty quick. So this will either take it out, or I'll get a shield. I get the first shield. And now we're going. I'm happy to let this go. I think this is a Body Slam bait, so, which I'm hoping it is. So I can rip off this other Avalanche, which it is. Not very effective, and I can land this and either get the the second shield, or just a ton of win switch advantage in the lead. Unfortunately, shields, but I got 2 shield advantage. Able to come in with Escavalier and pretty much farm down. I think this is the Dark Pulse, so I'm willing to shield. I don't want to take a lot of damage in this, because I think Escav's going to be a win condition for me, especially if I can land a Mega Horn on the Heracross, which comes in. Now I'm able to land this Mega Horn, which does about 70% to Heracross resisted. Bang! Absolutely does a ton of damage and puts it in prime farm down range for that. And in comes Mandibuzz, Mandibuzz too, which is a bit worse for Xylus, but it's still a fairly safe, comfortable matchup. Both being dark types, and I'm throwing neutral Dragon Breath and Body Slams, and they neutral Aerial Ace, which doesn't do a lot of damage, and Foul Play, which is completely resisted. So I'm not too worried about this matchup. It's pretty good for Zwei. I won't shield, I don't think, because Escav can counter down, and oh no, I do shield. There you go. Just making wrong calls all over the place. I think they throw here, and I can just counter down with Escav without too much of a problem. Unfortunately not able to swap, because I wanted to store that Body Slam, but they swap into the counter, which allows me to get 2 counters off and take it out, and bang, that's game 2-1. So that puts me undefeated in the first 3 games, or 3 matchups, so I'm guaranteed to be going into the final round undefeated. But this is our 3rd round match, and yeah, so I'm expecting probably a Crustle lead this time, which it is, and so I get the Wormadam on the Crustle. I'm pretty sure this one's a Smackdown variant, so it's a little worse for me, but they don't charge as quickly. And able to get to the Iron Head, hopefully getting a shield or damage, doing big damage. Gets the shield, and they keep smacking me down. I think I no-shield this. At worst it's a Rock Slide. I should survive that. Yep. There's the Rock Slide. I do survive it pretty comfortably. I'm thinking, oh, I should probably swap. So I swapped probably a little late. And I think I let this go. I'm not entirely sure. I do think about it. Last second shield. Bang. Rock Slide. Thank crikey I did. And then I'm just going for the Mega Horn again. I don't expect them to shield, even though they know it does a lot of damage. Because, yeah, why would you? Bang, hits another big amount of damage. A little bit of stutter, but that's okay. I think I shield this. No, I don't shield this. I come back in with my Silas and completely farm down, I believe. Yep. And in the back they have a Frostlass. So in hindsight on this match, I probably should have gone straight body slam, because I am able to get, I think, all up to 3 body slams, and the first one probably would have gotten the shield, and then I could have gotten to a Dark Pulse then to finish it off. But I throw the Dark Pulse here thinking I am going to bait, because they baited earlier. But in hindsight I should have just gone straight body slam, because I think with the Dragon Breath damage, the body slams would have been enough. I go to try and catch there, doesn't work out for me, and I'm almost at the body slam, and it would have been enough to KO. So yeah, unfortunate. GG's to my opponent there, able to take a leg off of me. So I win that round 2-1, and I'm off into the final with Evo Stream. So he's running Venusaur, Alolan Muck, Silas, Escav, Frostlass, and Alolan Graveler. At least I think that's what that is. So I get the Escavalier lead. It's kind of the worst position to see it in for me in this match. But I'm not going to shield, and I'm going to go for the Bug Buzz. Escavalier on their team is probably the hardest thing for me to deal with, and then second to that would be the Muck. Muck's pretty dangerous with energy, especially because I have nothing that resists both Dark and Poison in my lineup. So I go into the mirror now with a shield advantage and a lot of health advantage, and my plan is to farm down, because I didn't think they had enough energy to completely to get to 2 drill runs before I completely farmed them down. And unfortunately I miscalculated in that. Had I known they were going to get to a drill run here, I would have thrown, but unfortunately didn't go through, so I have to shield this up, commit to the farm down, and continue on. And in comes a Frostlass. So this isn't terrible. If I can land both these, it'll take it out. So I get one there, one shield there, and I'll have to try, and they have to throw, I think, to take me out, which they do here. I have no shield, so I can't shield, and I think I have to come in with Silas to try and Dragon Breath down. Now, unfortunately, I make the mistake of not committing to the farm down. I think I would have just gotten to take it down before it gets to the avalanche, and if I did, I think I probably could have won the game, because in the back they still have a Muck, I believe, and I should be able to take that out with the Silas and the Bug Bites from the Wormadam. But unfortunately I'm up Shit's Creek without a paddle, and I have to try and take this Muck out within 5 snarls. So here, that's 4, I think that's 5 there, and I'm just unlucky in not being able to take it out here, because I'll probably, one Dragon Breath away. So had I committed to farming it down with Silas, I would have been able to come back in with Wormadam and Bug Bitten down both Escavalier and the Muck, but oh well, live and learn. Alright, second match. I lead Sableye into Escavalier, so pretty good for me. Not too worried about anything. All I have to do is kind of land the foul play, and I get very lucky there. It refunded me my energy when they swapped. So inconsistency in Pokemon Go, having that happen, which was very lucky for me, not throwing the foul play on the muck, and it likely wins me the game because I have that extra energy to throw on another Pokemon that doesn't resist the Dark type. So able to just take one foul play on this. I know I can survive to get to 2, so I'll shield this one and land this next drill run. I think I get to the drill run, and if I get the shield, I know I can farm down with Wormadam and not to worry too much about it, and have a ton of energy for whatever's in the back. But I think they'll decide to let this go, and they do. So Muck goes down, biggest threat to my Sableye gone, and they come back in with Frostlass. So I come back in with my Sableye. I know they're gonna swap, but I'm okay with landing this move because it hits S-Cav a little bit, chips it away a lot, and then I can just no shield this drill run and commit to a farm down. So I still have and get able to rip off a foul play onto their Frostlass. This will get their shield, and then I can safely get to an Iron Head with a shield with my Wormadam. Now I'm pretty sure I survive a Shadow Ball from this range, so I don't shield the first one, just in case it is an Avalanche and I don't want to get baited. So no shield, and it's an Avalanche, so it's pretty safe for me here. They throw again, and this is, I have to shield this one. I know I'm getting to that Iron Head, and it's the Shadow Ball which would have taken me out. So very lucky in that game, and I get off the Iron Head, and this will take out Frostlass for the win. And we're coming up into the final tiebreaker match to determine who will be the first rank #1 in the world. Okay. So, just waiting for the team to be loaded. So in this one I lead S-Cavalier into their Alolan Muck. Great lead for me. So, doing neutral damage with the counters and want to do super effective with the drill. So unfortunately I swapped a tiny bit late there. And I'm thinking I have to shield this, and I probably should have farmed up a little extra energy just to ensure I could probably get to a return, because I think the throw of the return on Muck would be really good, and I knew they weren't going to shield that because it was kind of dead weight, which I'm pretty happy about. So I get rid of a really big threat to my team with the Frostlass. That Shadow Ball does a ton of damage to everything, and in comes their Muck. Now I know I just survived a Dark Pulse, and I think I can get to a return before it takes me out very comfortably, so I can get to that return. So it'll be a guaranteed shield for me, and yeah, it's pretty safe. Yeah, I think I immediately swap into Wormadam because I know I've got 2 bug steals in the back, and I don't want to get farmed down, so I just come in with this, let this hit me with their Dark Pulse, keep going, keep going, keep going. I probably could have landed the Iron Head, but they swap on the Iron Head, so I wasn't quite going for it anyway, thankfully, and land this Bug Buzz, which will do a lot of damage. And I get the defense drop, which was huge. I think that honestly alone is what won me this match. spoilers. And they throw an aerial ace, so interesting having an aerial ace. So I come in hoping I can just get to the foul play to try and get a shield, and they are on 1 HP. I'm like, crap, they're out of move. No, they're not. I get off this. I'm like, alright, I can no shield 1, and I can build up to 2 drill runs and just go hell for leather and shield the next move. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm able to farm down 1 shield left in each hand, and I'm able to win. Okay, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.